This is the Melbourne 4x4 show for 2023, and this episode's going to be a little bit differently. We are, of course, going to be chatting to all our creator friends about their builds and what's been happening in their lives. But just after that, and most excitingly and importantly, we're going to be showing the public my new 80 series on our own stand for the very first time, getting their initial thoughts and impressions on that build. So I am absolutely cacking my pants, but also extremely excited. We're going to be chatting to all our favorite brands, showing you some new innovative products, plus taking an entire rip around the show, show you everything that you guys have missed if you didn't make it here this year. So let's get into it, guys. This is the Melbourne 4x4 show. Bridget, it's nice to have you back here in Melbourne. Obviously, super warm, reliable weather keeps us coming back. How's the show been so far?
The show's been good. I can't feel my hands or my toes, but besides that, I'm glad the car's here. 72 hours ago, I didn't have a rear diff in it, so it's been a bit stressful, but Melbourne show's always a good show. This year, I plan to keep 2 feet on the ground at all times, and if you know, you know.
That's right. Ankles were rolled, egos were bruised. There was a whole lot on. Now, you touched on this. 72 hours ago, this car was broken down in the high country. Can we get a little sneak peek as to what Red Dirt has content-wise coming up?
Content of my rear diff broken.
I'm excited.
No, I went and filmed an epic episode with 5 other girls in the Vic High Country, and the terrain was tougher than I expected. I just thought it was going to be some up and down hills. I was very wrong, and the Hilux definitely got a little bit of a heavy right foot, and it resulted in my rear diff going. Just the gasket, so I had to limp it to Melbourne, get it fixed and get it into the show, but I wouldn't put your eyes under the car because there might be a bit of oil splashed around.
There is a little bit going on. I've also run out of all my Chemical Guy stuff after Bridget raided $3,000 worth of cleaning equipment off me, but that's okay. We love her anyway. Bridget, it's always fun catching up with you. Thanks very much.
Thank you. Love you. Bye.
The car behind us can be won. Tell the people what it is, how do they win it, and what's next?
Well, basically what it is it's the best 80 series at the show here.
Okay, that's enough. We're here with the one and only. This is Dan. We're here at the Aussie Arvos stand, and like every good 4x4 show wrap-up, we had to speak to some of our favourites, especially when it's their home turf. How has it been so far, and how is it being in the coldest possible climate I've ever experienced?
It's been great. For a Friday, it's been awesome. Been flat out, heaps of people through. Yeah, it's been awesome.
It's nice having the GQ here. Obviously, very, very clean. I hate having to compliment people and their innocence, but it is definitely one of the cleanest GQs I've ever seen. And you'd be forgiven for thinking it's not original paint, but it is schmick. Now, we have to talk about the gorgeous motorbike hanging off the back of it that I will be stealing later. Obviously, King Chrome have just jumped on as a big supporter of you guys. How has that been? Tell us about the bike. You're obviously a bit of a dirt bike guy yourself.
Yeah, it's been great. So it's been a really natural thing for us. Obviously, I've had their tools since I started my apprenticeship.
Yeah.
So that's all worked in really well. The bike was just sort of a last minute idea.
Yeah.
I've got a bike. I love bikes, but mine's, it's a bit used and it's a bit of a farm bike. So something a bit more flashy for a show.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's nice.
We've lent that from the guys at King Chrome for the weekend.
Yeah, awesome.
And you just got on record that you're the one not bringing it back, not me.
We're going to have to creatively edit this to make it seem like Dan's stealing it. And I reckon if you keep an eye on probably the King Chrome socials, I have a feeling that bike may be getting given away at some point. So I'm not going to say much else other than that, but I think that could be the case. Mate, it's a pleasure as always. Appreciate you letting us into your city because most people don't let it happen anymore. So it's nice to be here in Melbourne.
Thanks for coming down.
Anytime. All right, now, in my infinite wisdom, I forgot to show you this on day 1. So it's day 2 currently, which is why I'm wearing different clothes. Now, I'm going to take you for a quick rip around the stand and show you how much prep work we've put into making this look absolutely phenomenal. Come with me. Oh, also fun fact, we've got Max here from HC Auto. So he's here today and tomorrow answering all the questions about the motor that he built successfully somehow. Still surprises us to this day that it's running. But anyway, as you can see, we've got the car here. Now, most people would fit their stand out with a whole bunch of merchandise and seating maybe and speakers and stuff. I didn't get that memo. So what we've done is none of that. But what we do have in the back of this car is a stack of Chemical Guys products as well. So we're going to be giving that out along with some stickers all through the weekend. We gave some out yesterday. We'll do some today. We'll do some tomorrow. And hopefully you guys are loving it. The public feedback has been phenomenal with this car. I reckon we may even get to ask some people in the crowd what they think of this thing. Hopefully it's all positive news. Hopefully it's all good feedback, but you never know with the internet and the crowd, so we'll see what happens. Follow Chemical Guys Australia. I'll give you one of their air fresheners.
I heard you before.
Yeah, are you on?
Chemical
Guys Australia. Yeah, no, show the camera, show the camera.
We're on.
Nice, man.
We're on.
I'll give you this.
Thanks.
I'll give you
Appreciate
this.
it.
My pleasure,
Appreciate
bro.
it, Sam.
No dramas.
Lots of work.
My favourite part of the car.
No, what will break first?
What will break first? Well, besides the full radiators, 2 shrouds, cylinder head, head gasket. What else have we done? Head studs.
Unis that are the
Retail
worst.
shaft
Yeah,
is gonna
I reckon
be
we got retail shaft. We'll go first. First third gear pull, and then the gearbox on the second pull, and then what do you reckon? Axles? I mean, you're trying to turn
I don't
37-inch
know.
treps
Yeah, I don't think
with 1,000 horsepower.
Yeah,
It's never going to
everyone's
end well.
asking me so far, like, what mad
What?
gearbox and tail shaft we're running
Well,
to
we're running
handle the power.
Toyotas, 30-year-old
Yeah.
factory box. As long as it's not my handiwork, it's Toyotas. We're
Yeah.
all right. Now come over here and let's interview some real people. What do you think's going to break first on this thing?
Drive shaft, definitely drive shaft.
Knowing Sam, probably the engine, I reckon. Sending it a bit too hard.
Right here. That's going to dent really, really easy.
Mirrors. Those mirrors are going.
The favourite part, it's definitely got to be this wraparound bar work. Absolutely awesome. Like, it's just from start to finish, it just keeps on flowing. I love it.
The armrests.
Like the engine or the paint job, I reckon the paint job's pretty nice on it.
Wheels. The wheels are massive.
Probably this back bit here.
I must say the suspension is pretty gnarly. It's pretty sick.
What do you think's going to break first on this thing?
Maybe the engine. What do you think is going to break first?
I reckon the engine. It looks. I don't know who built it, but it's probably.
Got to be diffs. Got to be. Or tail shaft. Drive shaft.
Well, tail shaft is factory Toyota, so he's bagging up Toyota, and diffs is Blue Flame, so he's bagging up Blue Flame.
Well, he's left the 80 series diff in the rear, and that's Toyota, so that's clearly the weakest part now.
Let's move on.
I'm going to also have to go diff, so.
We've got 2 diffs, 3 diffs, and finish the dual cards. Dual cards aren't going to break though, so we won't. And what's your? The man himself. All right, he's off.
Well, it's just a quick ad time, guys. We couldn't let you leave this episode without showing your brand new product from one of our supporters of the channel, Darche. Now, this product is very exciting. It's been 2 years in the sort of research, development, and design phase before they brought it to market, only recently, about a week ago. So you know it's a banging product, that's for sure. Now, this is their brand new 270-degree freestanding awning, and it is definitely inspiring me to do something like this on the 80 series, chuck a roof rack on there. Now, let me run you through just a couple of the features that I love. Obviously, it's got super strong alloy rafts here with integrated dimmable LED lights, state-of-the-art design alloy knuckle system, and also 2-piece alloy backing plate. And one of the biggest draw cards of this is that Darche have actually tested this awning up against some of their competitors in a variety of man-simulated windy conditions. Now, a lot of the competitors' awnings that they tested failed at around 25 kilometers an hour, but this guy right here was tested right up to 50 kilometer an hour winds and survived. Darche really are at the forefront of product design and testing, which is why we love working with them. So, if this is sort of tickling your pickle like it is mine, I reckon you should drop a comment below. Let us know if you love this sort of awning and if we should put something like this on the 80 series, because I'm definitely thinking about it. Anyway, shall we continue? Well, that brings us to the end of a little cheeky advertisement and also the end of another cracking episode. Now, I just wanted to say a massive thanks to the 4x4 show for having us back here this year, but also an even bigger thank you to you guys, the fans, the audience that came out and saw the 80 series. They've been absolutely overwhelmed by the positive feedback that this car has received over the past 3 days. Plus, most importantly, just how many of you flocked here to actually see it, grab a sticker, chat to us, and take some Chemical Guys samples from me. It's been absolutely humbling, and I'm really, really appreciative, guys. As always, make sure you subscribe, like, drop a comment on all those sorts of good things, because hopefully we can be back here next year. Brisbane, Melbourne, Sydney, do all the shows, bringing you exciting and epic content. Anyway, we'll see you next time.